What's up gamers, my name's Mr. 100 and here is my 100-minute review of Borderlands 4. I play 100 minutes of games to determine whether they are worth it or not, and if I dislike it, I'll return it. Hopefully these videos help you decide on your purchases, and if they do, consider subscribing. Let's get it! Right off the bat, I'm hit with compiling shaders. This took 2 minutes and 47 seconds, so that was a little disappointing, but I've seen worse. Let's move forward. After shaders and figuring out how to get into the game and setting everything up, we were right at the 4.5 minute mark, which is the longest startup time out of any game I've reviewed on the channel so far. About a minute later, after getting off the phone with your mom, we were still in cutscenes. I passed out at my desk, pissed myself, came back, and we were still in a cutscene. Okay, so it's still going, but now showing off the 4 playable character abilities, and I thought that was pretty cool. Nonetheless, about 10 minutes later, I can finally choose my character and play. I ended up choosing Vex for her overpowered abilities and being able to summon Reapers. We were thrown right into a prison-type facility where I was being kept by a man named the Timekeeper. He wanted to use me and my abilities to help him further his cause, but I wasn't having it, and my buddy helped break me out. While we move forward, I just want to touch on performance. A lot of people have said how bad the performance is in this game, and it's not exactly true. It's not CSGO, and it's not meant to be played on a toaster, so no, you're not going to have 400 plus FPS. I was playing on high graphics and consistently getting 80 to 100, which is pretty damn good. Anyways, back to the gameplay. About 15 minutes in, you're going to find yourself fighting your way out of the Timekeeper's facility and working towards your freedom. By this point, you don't have any abilities, you don't have any fancy guns or grenades, you're pretty much just level 1, low health, and a singular pistol. What I can say for this first part is make sure you hit all of these chests, because you will find a few guns, you'll find some cash, and other goodies. Moving on to the character screen, this is probably my favorite UI out of any of the previous installments because of how clean it is. So far, the controls are really great, the gameplay flows smoothly, and I gotta say that the graphics are something that you just have to get used to. Watching Borderlands 4 and playing it are two completely different animals, and you won't understand until you play it yourself. Something new that previous games didn't have is the grapple that you just saw on screen. I don't know how I feel about it yet, because every scenario where I've used it feels like they just want you to, rather than a game-breaking mechanic where you feel like you need it. 22 minutes in, and we were finally on the outskirts of the main capital. The intro bit to this game, I will say, is one of the longest ones I've ever played, but it doesn't really feel like that. Because even though you're in the tutorial still, you're getting loot, killing enemies, and you feel like you're already progressing your build before technically even starting the main game. If I had to bash the game for one thing, it's the fact that I'm not in the open world yet. That's literally it. 32 minutes in, we get a cutscene, and bad stuff's about to happen. Also, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know what happens here, just judge the game based off what you've seen so far and make your choice there. But moving forward, we have to fight Warden Scaith, which is the Timekeeper's right-hand man. This wasn't particularly hard, but we are playing on normal difficulty. I'd like to see what the game is like on hard at a later date, though. After killing bosses in this game, they spew out loot like they're vomiting, which is kind of fun to watch. You're not going to find the best guns in the world in all of the crates throughout each mission, but through fighting bosses instead. Our buddy that helped us escape told his little robot minion to take the implant out of my neck and put it in his own, so obviously we know that the Timekeeper's going to make him kill himself. Low-key, it was kind of sad. I mean, I didn't even know the guy, but I felt for him. After getting exploded, we woke up on Claptrap's beach. Oh yes, the famous Claptrap, and I'd say that this is technically where the game really begins. Another shining aspect to this game that I really enjoy, and Borderlands has always had, was the humor. Claptrap just offered me hot dogs and it's literally batteries. I mean, come on, it doesn't get much better than that. After following Claptrap into the wild to progress the main story, I got my first skill point. As far as I know, 42 minutes in, the only knowledge that I have is being able to commit to one tree and one tree only. So I chose Dead Ringer, where I can summon Reapers or Spectres, and I gotta say this ability is pretty damn overpowered. Not only is it an extra attacking partner by your side, it also takes the heat off your back and soaks bullets. So I have to review these games in the time that I have available, meaning I'm not sure if armor exists within the game, but previous Borderlands were missing this. It's one thing I always wish the series had, as it would add extra customization to make each of us feel unique to one another and add extra buffs to our builds. A lot of the times, these crates just feel empty, as it's just ammo or cash. Moving forward, I got a cool new SMG, which stands for Suck My Oh yeah, getting a new gun in this game feels hella rewarding. This is just the green rarity, and I'm assuming that they get much better. By the way, I'm just having fun right now. I'm not even running missions, if that explains anything to you.
We're reaping up in here.
So, for the first hour of the game, the whole goal is to meet up with Claptrap and to restore the safe tower's power. Once you have that unlocked, that's where you're going to start all your missions and where you can also customize your character a little bit. With that being said, I'm fighting through a bunch of enemies right now to make it to the end of where I'm at now to get a jump pack, and then I can finally get to that safe house. For extra little details that are probably important to a lot of people is this game is couch co-op, which adds a huge bonus point. If you had friends, which you don't, you could play on your couch, split screen with another friend. But if we're talking multiplayer in general, you can play with up to 4 friends online. Anyways, 55 minutes in, since I'm an absolute Borderlands legend, I killed the rest of the enemies that I needed to wipe out before getting my jetpack. This boss also granted me my first blue rarity gun, shield, and grenade, which was a nice touch. Being an hour into the game, I definitely have my opinions. It actually feels like a complete game and, dare I say, worth the $70 US. Inflation smacked us all harder than those burritos I had last night, so 70 is the new norm for AAA games. Do I love it? Absolutely not. But it's the normal price for games these days, and I think it's great so far. We finally made it to the safe house, which I already told you guys all about, but I just wanted to show it off a little bit. It's kind of cute in here, and I enjoy it. For you cash hoarders, there's vending machines all throughout the world, and there's multiple different kinds, but for the guns one, you could buy shields, knives, all kinds of stuff. My next mission was pretty far away, so I made sure to take my time and check out everything around me before continuing forward. Like, I found this crazy cool new grenade that's absolutely busted and overpowered, but hey, I dig it. While I haven't shown many of the story aspects of the game so far, I think it's a huge improvement over Borderlands 3. Nothing can ever beat 2 in my heart, but if you're a story nerd, I think that this game will definitely satisfy you. Moving forward, another thing that I really enjoy about this game is the gun variety. There's every single category of gun you can think about, all the way down to some weird-ass stuff that whenever you reload it, you throw the gun at somebody, it explodes like a grenade, and then a new one appears in your hand like nothing ever happened. If I could give you a simple 1 hour and 20-minute review, it's shoot enemies, get new loot, build your character to be OP as hell, and continue to get more loot. If you enjoyed the Destiny franchise before it became trash, then you'll really enjoy this game. It's pretty much Destiny, but with different graphics, story-driven, and no PvP. I'd like to bash the game for one more thing, and it's the HUD. I wish there were less things on my screen while playing, or at least a hide HUD option while out of combat. These may be options, I just didn't have the time to check within my small time window. I just prefer a more immersive gaming experience, and a busy HUD prevents that. Now, for the performance nerds like myself, I did experiment by turning the quality to ultra, and here's what the performance looked like. At first, the game had a stroke trying to reload, which could have been saved by a simple restart, but once it did load, I was around 60 FPS, but it was inconsistent. So excuse the skipping frames for the next minute or so, but basically, I'm not buying a 5090 just to play Borderlands. Stick to high or medium and you'll be just fine. At the start of all of this, Claptrap sent me out to recruit some new friends for our next mission. We had to fight through waves of Timekeeper's minions, which wasn't much of a challenge on its own, but if this is anything like Borderlands 2, the levels will get much tougher over time. As we close out the review, here is my final take. Is it fun? 9 out of 10. Does it look good? 7 out of 10. Does it run good? 6.5 out of 10. Is the story good? So far, 8 out of 10. Is the price worth it? 9.5 out of 10. This gives us a Mr. 100 score of 8 out of 10 overall, which anything over a 6.5 I'd recommend as a purchase. This will be our rating system from here forward, so keep this in mind. As I knew I only had a few minutes left, I spent my remaining time sniping enemies and exploring parts of the world that I knew I could with the amount of time I had left. And with that, we had completed 100 minutes in Borderlands 4. As always, these reviews are opinionated and ultimately up to you whether you want to purchase it or not. But if I helped you reach a decision and you giggled at any point during this video, you should definitely subscribe. But now for my decision, we keeping it, baby! See ya!